time. We are in July, going from Cancer season into Leo season. The Eight of Wands, the Three of Wands, Death, the Devil, the Explorer of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords. Okay, so here we have a card about integration, completion. You know, there were things you may have learned when you were in the organized religion, things that weren't so bad, teaching you about being healthier. You know, like in my days when I was a Seventh-day Adventist, they were all about telling people about their health. And I look at that and I think, you know what? That's okay. I'm glad that people are preaching that message. When I was super young, I was odd and I fasted and prayed, and I actually prayed for like hundreds of people. Okay? So I was really into it. I was really into the movement. I was fanatical even. Now, I'm just not there. I'm not there. You know, the dogma doesn't affect me like it did, you know, and it doesn't have to. So here we have the Eight of Wands, which is about ease. You know, you want to ride with the currents, not against them. You know, with the Three of Wands, we have collaboration. You know, we're going to have people. We're going to have people and we're going to collaborate. And let's let go of the illusions. You know what I mean? Let's let go of the illusions that people are experiencing in life. Okay, we have the Death card, which it's like certain cycles have run their course. So we're not that. We don't really need to go back into stuff that doesn't work for us. I mean, people can choose their own path. They can choose what they want to do. But ultimately, we don't want to feel victimized if people are not on the same page, you know. People could try to force you into their ways, but does that really work? So, I mean, there's reasons why there's not a full meeting of minds. We've got the Explorer of Cups here. We let go of what people think and we just have confidence in our own stuff, you know? We don't have to be all caught up in people pleasing. We let go of what people think. We have confidence in our own life. We don't have to be old versions of ourselves. I mean, does it really work for us? The Five of Pentacles, that's about reflection. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles, that's about reflection. It's surrender, really. You release anything that's gripping, you know, that's holding on to you. You know, you just can't do that. You know, as we get older, you know, we gotta stop sweating the small stuff, you know. We don't need to be caught up. And again, with the Ten of Swords, it's like a cycle has completed. There's positive things you learned in different places. And you can take that positivity with you. One of the things I've been doing lately is I've been on a overnight oats kick. And the overnight oats is about me food prepping and, you know, getting my oats and my fruits together for the next day. So I feel like I ate something nourishing. Here we have the money card. You know, money does something in this world, you know. It gets us by. Here we have manifest. Okay. So yeah, money is a resource that we need, and it's not bad. It's a tool. Poverty is not good. Okay, here we have creativity. We have relax. Okay. Thanks for being here. All worries and anxieties are leaving my mind, making space for calmness and peace. So, yeah, let the worries go. Let the worries go. They're not necessarily doing you any good. You know, why do you need to worry about life? You don't need to worry. You need to be solving things. You need to be proactive. You need to be in a different space. So let's relax and believe we can take care of the things that are important. We have creativity. Yeah, creativity is somewhere we can go. It's a new destination to go into your creativity, especially with Jupiter and Leo. So we're going with the trends. It's just easy to go with the trends, you know, to take it easier, you know, to ride that wave. It's easier to do that. Okay, so, you know, with Jupiter and Leo, we're talking about creativity. Sure, there's also other themes here: romance, um, love, there's children, recreation. But again, we're dealing with creativity with Jupiter in Leo, which happens to be a year-long transit, actually 13 months, I think, altogether. The angels remind you that the more you believe in your abilities and let your creative impulses out, the better artist you become. You start to feel more alive and powerful as you allow new, wonderful ideas into your mind. Okay, so creativity keeps people going. It's good to be working on something, you know what I mean? And again, the collaborations are a good thing. I mean, that's your new friend group. Um, collaborations are cool. Um, so, I mean, we should be open to that. And, sure, we have an obligation to our own lives. We have things we got to do. But let's believe that the resources can be there. We don't have just one side of life. There's multiple sides of life. So if you experience the poverty, you could experience the prosperity. Okay? And we don't stay in the same place. Life is about change. Anyways, okay, somebody's laughing at me. That's okay. Um, that's cool that you're on watching me. So, yeah, I'm tapped into the universal supply of money. So there's people that talk about being tapped into the universal supply of money. Okay. And, we don't want to be stuck in poverty. I mean, it does happen, it does happen, but you can still improve your life. You don't have to be stuck forever. Choosing better is a choice. It's a conscious choice. It's all about the priorities. It's about the priorities. Anyways, so yeah, people are being critical, and they can do that. But our own priorities matter. I have everything I need. Okay, this is about the manifestation. The angels remind you that by filling your subconscious with thoughts and images of what you really want, and by speaking positively about these things, you will bring them into your real life and manifest your yes. Okay, people can criticize and say there's only one right way to do things. There's not one right way to do things. Okay, we can get feedback about how we can do better, and that can be great. But honestly, we're all in a different space in life. Maybe some of us have health concerns. Maybe we weren't very good at the self care in the past because we were in a different space. Okay. So we start to work on setting goals towards being healthier. And, we consistently try to work towards that. Week by week, we look at how far we're coming, what's going on, if we're doing better, you know. So, ultimately, um, we can manifest better, we can do better, we can tap into, the resourcefulness, we can tap into, doing better financially. That could be a stronger part of our life, but ultimately the resources are there to do better. So, like, sure, we can fast and pray, we can do all that kind of stuff. We can cleanse our bodies, we can detox. We could try to do things as naturally as possible. We can go out and get some vitamin D, get out in the sun. But so many of us are caught in the working world, and so there's parts of our lives that will manifest better than others. And so we'll have a natural success in one area of our life. You look at astrology charts, anyways, and some people just have more strength in one area than they do others. So ultimately, we just do the best we can. We do the best we can. And that's all we can do. You got to let go of what you can't control. That's just where it's at. You got to let go of what you can't control. And, do what you can. Let go of the past. If the past was about poverty, then that's what it is. Okay? That's what it is. But the past is not your future. We are different. We can have a different destiny. Okay? So let's move forward. Let's move forward with life. People can criticize. People can, be there to troll. You know, and that's okay. People can watch. But ultimately, did they walk in your shoes? They did not. No one has walked in your shoes. So basically, you got to move forward. You got to move on. See how far you've come. All right, so that's my message for this week. Thanks for watching.